Today on Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook, we're taking an extensive look into all the gear available to you that the fishing industry has to offer. From boats and motors to baits to the gear that will give you that little extra edge on the water. First thing you'll need to get out on the water is, well, a boat.
You know, Ranger Boats has long been known as the premier boat building brand when it comes to fishing boats on the market. And it doesn't matter whether you're a saltwater fisherman or whether you're a walleye fisherman, a bass fisherman, or many other species that are out there. Ranger has an incredibly wide range of boats for you to be able to use. You know, I look at what all that I've been fortunate enough to fish out of the last several years, and it just amazes me every time I think about it, that wide range and ginormous lineup of boats that are available to me. And it doesn't matter whether I'm, you know, out in my little aluminum boat that I can duck hunt in, or I can go bass fishing in, Ranger's got me covered. Or if I'm wanting to go fish a bass tournament, the wide range of models that are, you know, available out there, from the full top of the line, high-end performance bass boats, all the way down to economical fiberglass boats that an angler can use to be able to compete in just as well. And then when you start looking at the walleye boats, I mean, there's a wide range of them up there as well for guys to be able to get out and feel comfortable in the big water, or just simply trolling in one of the many rivers that the walleye are calling home. Then when you further break it down, what Ranger offers in the saltwater, you know, I can look at my personal 2300 model that I use, a Bahia, flat water or skiff getting up super shallow. Ranger's got me covered. So when it comes time to start looking at models of boats that you know that are going to be there for stand the test of time, that's going to have incredible resale value, that's going to allow you to be able to get out and handle whatever conditions, whatever species that you're looking for, Ranger Boats has you covered.
Now that you have your boat, let's talk about powering it with a Yamaha outboard and equipping it with the right propeller.
You know, for me, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about my prop until I run into a rock or nick it up, which is, you know, happens when I'm out on the water. And for a lot of people, it's almost an afterthought. They just put their boat in the water and run the prop that's on there. However, the folks at Yamaha understand that it's very important to have the right prop for the job when you're getting ready to get out on the water. So let's hear from them now and learn a little bit more about choosing the right prop.
At Yamaha, what we do is we have what we call endless propeller solutions. And what we do is we break out propeller selection into boat categories. So we look at the type of boat you have and identify propellers that work well in those applications. As you can see, our display here is broken out into various boat types and propellers within those boat categories. Stainless versus aluminum is a question that we get all the time, and it really comes down to your boating area. If you're boating in shallow, debris-infested waters, it's always better to go with an aluminum propeller. If you hit something and chew up a $100 aluminum propeller, it's much easier to swallow than hitting something with a stainless steel propeller and damaging the gear case or more. Most people just assume that a propeller is essentially just a big fan blade. You throw it on there and it pushes you forward, but there's so many little aspects of a propeller that you can change to make different characteristics and different performance factors, gains, losses, what have you. So a good propeller guide is crucial. If you want to find our Endless Propeller Solutions application guide, it can be found at YamahaOutboards.com, and all the other various propeller references are there as well. For bass boat guys, our most popular propellers are VMAX SHO series propellers. It's been around for a long time. Most folks refer to that as a T1 prop. 25 pitch, probably the most common. Excellent propeller, works very well on a lot of different applications. So our new engines with 25-inch shafts, SHOs, those are going to run different propellers. VMAX SHO series propellers like to be run very high. They're what we call surface piercing application. They like to run basically half in the water, half out. With a 25-inch shaft, the motor runs a lot deeper in the water, so you're going to need a different type of propeller. From our lineup, that's probably going to be a Saltwater Series 2. A lot of people look at that and they say, well, Saltwater Series, this is freshwater. That's okay. Don't read too much into the name. Saltwater Series 2 propellers have a large diameter and range in pitch from 13 all the way up to 23. And will be more than enough for many of the multi-species and walleye boats that are in the market today. We have another very good resource for propeller information on our website. It's called the Prop Shop. And basically Prop Shop is a publication that we put out on a bi-monthly basis, which is full of tips and tricks and different application scenarios for Yamaha propellers.
When we come back, we get to see what anglers like Jason Christie, David Walker, and more are using out on the water. The Fisherman's Handbook crew trusts Ranger boats to get them to and from their favorite spots on the water. Let's put your Ranger knowledge to the test. For the answer to this, or to find out more about Ranger boats, visit mydreamrig.com.
The world's best fishing line is now available in the United States. Sunline FX2, the strongest braid available.
Son, this braid, I'll absolutely love it.
The Arctic Ice Tundra Series, capable of keeping your food frozen all day long. The Tundra Series is a portable, safe, and reusable alternative ideally suited to replace dry ice. Keep your food as frozen as the Tundra with the Tundra Series from Arctic Ice.
There is no other sunglass product on the market like Amphibia. Optimized for life on water and land, Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities and to float in water.
See this? No! Oh! I see him!
On top of all this, Amphibia products are built to last, ensuring that they'll stand up to whatever you can dish out time and time again. No other sunglass product on the market offers the features and quality that we do. Amphibia Sports Sunglasses incorporate several new advances, including maximum horizontal displacement lenses and a patented air cells that ensures every frame floats. In addition, Amphibia lenses are scratch-resistant, 100% polarized, anti-reflective on both the inside and outside, water-phobic, and ANSI-rated for protection. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
Bubba Blade, Bubba Blade.
The Bubba Blade is the ultimate sportsman's knife. For fishing,
One cut and you're through, guys, kind of like butter.
Just like butter.
hunting,
You can see it, just took that right off.
camping, or just carving up meat at the barbecue. If you've got a sportsman in the family, they're going to want to have a Bubba Blade knife. The super sharp edge and the large patented handle that gets sticky when wet makes the Bubba Blade the perfect sportsman's knife. The handle protects your hands from the blade, and the trigger grip and thumb pads let you have total control of the knife. The Bubba Blade comes in different styles and sizes to fit the need of every sportsman. So whether it's for the boat, hunting, camping, or just for slicing meat at a barbecue, the Bubba Blade is the ultimate knife for the sportsman. Go online at BubbaBlade.com to order your Bubba Blade today.
After your next successful fishing trip, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for catch with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the fishing trip at BradleySmoker.com.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Yamaha Marine, reliability starts here. Garmin, the power of simple. And by Big Bite Baits, designed to bring the big bite to your line. Welcome back to Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook. We're focusing on all kinds of gear that an angler needs. We've talked about the product line of Ranger boats and how to choose the right prop for your Yamaha engine. And there's one more thing about your Yamaha outboard that you might not even be aware of.
You know, general maintenance is very important when it comes to your motor, but there's one part on your motor I bet you didn't even know about that actually disappears. Let's hear from the folks at Yamaha about that part now and why it's important to keep an eye on it.
David Mueller with Yamaha Marine here. Just to give you a quick little tip. It's about anti-corrosion, and it has to do with these sacrificial anodes. You'll see these things externally on the backs of engines, and what they're designed to do is to take the hit. If there's corrosion in the water, if there's stray voltage in the water, they're designed to sacrifice themselves before the engine is affected. And it's important that you keep an eye on these and that you replace them. If they get to be about 50% gone, you want to go ahead and replace it. And use a good quality anode. Don't use the lowest price one you could find. Another thing to keep in mind is this little scoop on the front is there for a reason. It's designed to provide cooling water up through the lower unit and down into the exhaust passage right down here. And that is to keep the hub in the propeller cool. You don't want that rubber hub getting overheated. That can cause it to slip. The other thing that most people aren't aware of is if this becomes coated with anything, let's say even in fresh water, this can become coated with a slime, if you will, and when it does that, it's not effective. It's rendered it useless. So every time you have your boat out of the water and you're washing the hull with your brush, go ahead and wash this too and make sure and keep this clean. It has to be in good solid contact with the water in order to be effective. Just use a good quality soap and fresh clean water, clean it up, and you're good to go.
You know, for years, a lot of people talk about how sound is so key when it comes to fishing, you know, and getting fish fired up, you know, whether it's a bait coming through the water that has lots of sound or whether it's a sound-making device such as the Hydro-Wave to be able to mimic bait fish sounds. And you know, when you start looking at what the Hydro-Wave does in the various models, whether you're using a saltwater model, whether you're using one of the new freshwater models that have a tremendous wide range of sounds that are available now mimicking different bait fish, or one of the minis out there, you basically have a product that has allowed you as an angler to be able to mimic other sounds in the boat. And I'm not saying that's going to mean that you're going to catch hundreds more fish, but what I am saying is there's a reason why many of the top touring professionals in fishing today all have a Hydro-Wave on their boat.
Hey guys, Jason Christie here. I want to tell you about a great product from Hydro-Wave that we made even better. This is the new H2. What we've done, 16 sounds. I mean, you can use that anywhere at any time. All the cords now, it's just one cord. That saves a lot of clutter in your boat. You know, just a cool product. I have two boats. I have a glass boat that I compete in tournaments. I have a flat bottom. As you'll see, I always have a Hydro-Wave on everything, and I always have it going. It's caught a lot of fish for me, made me a lot of money.
I mean, we've got a big, nice LCD screen, so it's going to light up, it's going to show you the volume, it's going to show you the sounds that you're playing, and you're going to be able to see it while you're standing up looking down at that deck. I'm pumped about the new sounds. We've got active pads, brim beds, spawning bait, ton of new sounds. This is the brand new H2. Make sure you check it out.
Up next, Wade visits his local Cabela's outfitter, giving you tips on choosing the right gear for your fishing trip.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the myth of the Yeti! The Engel High Performance Cooler, it's incredible! Just look at this lid, what a powerhouse! It's so freaking strong, so reliable, I just wanna boom! This silicone gasket's better than rubber!
Why, hello there. Are your base and sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes! After 10 days, still cold, still fresh! Let's hear Yeti do that! With Engel Coolers, it's official! The Yeti is busted!
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
Call me a fool for searching. Nessie doesn't want to be found. But I've got the new Garmin Combo with the clearest scanning sonar images on the water. I can see Nessie's home and all the wee fish in crisp detail. I mean, look at it, look. It's her. You are real. You do exist.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Engel Coolers, a legend in reliability. Hydrowave, ignite a feeding frenzy. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Food Saver, the #1 vacuum sealing system. And by Arctic Ice, bitterly cold.
You know, fishing rods in general come in a lot of different actions, sizes, and lengths. I mean, you can look exactly behind me right now and you can see some fishing rods that are 20+ foot long, and you can see some that are so short you couldn't figure out what they're used for. But the reality is every one of those rods out there have a specific action and have a specific time that they're going to be successful and be needed in your arsenal to catch fish. So let's spend some time with Clark Wendlandt right now, breaking down choosing a fishing rod for your specific applications and needs before you hit the water.
Cabela's has come up with a technique-specific series of rods, the Tournament ZX rods. And the thing I really love about them, to use a golf analogy, it's just about like picking up a 9-iron, picking up a pitching wedge, picking up a sand wedge. You know what each of those is for. This one right here is for flipping. I'll put it down. Say I want to throw a topwater jerkbait. Here I got a topwater jerkbait rod. It basically just makes it easy for you at home to come into the store, find the rods that you need. If you get the whole series, you'll have a rod for every occasion. You might like throwing a spinnerbait and a swim jig a little bit more, so you get 2 or 3 of those. Tournament ZX, try.
You know, line, it comes in a lot of different sizes. It obviously comes in a lot of different styles. You've got your monofilament, you got fluorocarbon, you got braided, you've got lots of different combinations of each other together. It can be a little overwhelming when it comes to, you know, how a fisherman's able to determine what he needs for any given application, but there's some guidelines out there that a person can always keep in mind to be successful. For me, I like to use monofilament in situations where I'm throwing topwater baits a lot of times where I don't want my line sinking, and I want maybe a little more stretch with it. Then when it comes to fluorocarbon, I really like to use fluorocarbon in situations where I want 0 stretch and I want my line to be able to sink. Say I'm fishing a soft plastic stick bait and I want to get it down a little deeper, or I'm desiring a little extra depth with a crankbait, or I'm fishing a jerkbait in a lot of those situations. And obviously braided line for me is those situations where I really need to rely on 0 stretch, maximum abrasion resistance when I'm out there. So matching up the line specifically to the application that you are trying to fish is going to be really key to your success while you're out on the water. And the folks at Sunline have an incredible pro staff of anglers out there that have helped dial in line to the specific applications and the specific needs for you as an angler.
To learn more about Sunline, let's go to our Pro Staff Index, where professionals across the fishing industry inform you of the newest products on the market.
Sunline is one of the brands that really helps me do well in all the tournaments throughout the year. The reason being is they make the best fluorocarbon on the market for sure. When it comes to fluorocarbon lines now, I've got 2 of my favorites really, is the FC Sniper and the Shooter. The Shooter I use mostly for my flipping and pitching, and the rest of the casting I like to use the Sniper. But new for this year, which is really cool, is actually a flipping line, a Sunline flipping line FC. Now what's different about this that's really stands out is the color of it. If you notice, you see how high visibility this is. Many times in overcast conditions, or if I'm fishing around real muddy water, as you know, fluorocarbon is less visible, and it's also less visible to me. The problem is this line here is very visible, but you don't want that invisibility that's a fluorocarbon to be lost in that. So what they've done is the visible is only in sections of the line. And as you can see, there's sections that are still the clear color, and then there's sections that's a brighter color. So you basically have your leader built right into the line. So when you tie your bait, tie it at the end of the clear section, you still see the line and the fish don't. How cool is that? 2014 iCast, check it out right here, the Sunline new flipping line, FC.
You know, soft plastic baits are absolutely one of my most favorite ways to catch fish, and they come in so many shapes and so many sizes because there's so many different ways to fish them, whether you're flipping them, pitching them, casting them, dragging them, hopping them, or just letting them do nothing. Soft plastic baits have proven over decades of time on the water that they're simply going to catch fish. Now there's things to keep in mind. It's what size of bait, what colors of bait, and what actions bait that you want to be able to use based on the seasonal conditions. For instance, throwing a big old 10-inch worm, I really like to do in the heat of the summer when bait fish are bigger and I'm trying to generate some big bites deep offshore. Conversely, when I'm up flipping, I like to use a lot more compact baits, you know, 3 to 4 inches in size, and be able to punch them in heavy cover, shake them, or get a quick reaction bite when the bait's going down to catch a lot of fish. So a lot of times, you've really got to pay attention to the seasonal patterns, what's going on to determine what types of colors, what styles of bait, and what kinds of action you're going to be choosing when you go to the store. And that's why when you walk down the aisles of a Cabela store or many other locations across the nation, you see so many aisles of soft plastic baits.
If you want to activate the bass, you better have a Hydro-Wave. You got 6 different bait fish sounds. You run it at any volume. You can see them actually come up to the speaker of the Hydro-Wave. You can watch them come up off the bottom.
When you're fishing deep, the hardest one to catch is always the first one. With the Hydro-Wave, you get them going faster.
Hydro-Wave, I won't fish without it.
C.A. Richardson here for Power Pole, where every shallow water anchor is designed and tested to be extremely quiet. How quiet? Let's take a look. Hey guys. Great work, guys. Don't slam the door. Power Pole, deadly silent to help you catch more fish.
Hobie's Mirage Drive kayaks set the standard for fun on the water. Whether your passion is fishing, sailing, or recreational adventure, Hobie's got a kayak for you. Hobie's Mirage Drive mimics nature's proven designs for efficient and powerful propulsion and enhances your kayaking experience. Mirage Power, Mirage Performance, Mirage Drive. Hobie, enjoy the ride.
From bass and walleye to crappie in the great outdoors, you deserve more than old school aluminum. Reward yourself with the quality, performance, and extra room in a Ranger aluminum design. Packed with features, these rigs carry an ultra-smooth dry ride and stable platforms. Experience a Ranger aluminum boat today. It's engineered to excel and priced to be yours. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
The Alaskan Series Cooler Packs by Arctic Ice. Specifically designed to keep your food and drinks cold all day long without having to use ice and end up with a soggy lunch. The Alaskan Series by Arctic Ice. Bitterly cold.
The world's best fishing line is now available in the United States.
That's a toad.
Sunline Super Fluorocarbon, with strength to guarantee your confidence.
Yamaha VMAX SHO, the game changer. The pros knew right out of the first hole shot that the VMAX SHO was the real deal.
VMAX SHO exceeds two-stroke performance, delivers four-stroke efficiency, and is packed with legendary Yamaha reliability. It's the faster, stronger, smarter, lighter family of VMAX SHO outboards from Yamaha.
Welcome back to the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook with Wade Middleton.
Every angler has their favorite ways to catch fish. Every person likes to fish a certain way. For me, it's fishing shallow and either looking at them sight fishing or flipping into tight cover. So as we close out this episode on sharing information on products and items that we think are going to help you be more successful when you hit the water, we're going to wrap it up with some time out on the water, doing a little sight fishing and doing a little flipping and pitching. And that's why when you get ready to go fishing and plan your trips, you're up for the way you fish. Make it fun. Present baits and fish in a style that you like, and I promise you, you're gonna have a lot of fun like you're seeing me in the background right now. You're gonna grin, you're gonna catch fish that you really enjoy, and the whole time on the water is gonna be more enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook, where we spent some time walking the aisles of a Cabela store and some time out on the water showcasing a variety of products and their application and how you can use them on the water to catch more fish. See y'all next week. Oh wow, this water is just absolutely gorgeous. We're just gonna drag a drop shot around these little drop offs and bald spots that we can see out here. It's obviously a lot of fish probably moving up to spawn. And you can see old beds all out through here. I'm sure there's gonna be some fish on some of these beds in here too. That's what a lot of the guys were saying at the lodge and around, that, you know, a lot of the fish, this body of water is so big, they spawn for like 60, 80, 90 days, and you just got to go find the ones that are ready to spawn and catch them. Like that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is so fun. I'm telling you. Look at that guy. Nice. That's what we left Texas to come up and catch, and even bigger as time goes on. If we can get a hold of him. This guy here's so big, I can't even get a hold of him, he's so big. Look at that. Look how fat these fish are, how thick they are. I mean, that thing's as big as my hand. That's insane. You know, I've heard all these stories about coming up here and fishing this type of place, and I've dreamed about coming up here, and I'm taking a week to get up here. You know, the water temperatures were still fairly chilly by my opinion. I definitely wasn't gonna go jump in the water, and the air temperature was cold when we were out there running around. But what we were noticing each day and watching in the Garmin is the temperature would climb. And each hour it would get warmer and warmer, and these fish would just come swimming by you into those little canals to set up. And the afternoon bites were just phenomenal on anything you wanted to throw out there at these. There he is. There we go. Wow!
Nice.
That's what you come up here for. Look at that pig. Come here, baby. Look at the size and the shoulders on that fish. Wow!
That is awesome.
That is awesome right there. That is too cool. That is too cool. When you can't hold on to them, they're good. Nice eyes there, Mark. I tell you what, when you get the chance to see fish like that out here in clear water, and you know, we're just catching swim baits, we're throwing hard baits, you're just doing whatever. You look over and there's one sitting in one of the sand pockets like that. Throw a little drop shot over there and you just...
That one dwarfs that other one.
That was too good.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook. For any of the products seen used on today's show, visit Cabela's.com.
You want to have a good boat. I mean, it's a key to being able to do this stuff. And wearing your safety vest is always, a good thing when you're out here, because you never know what's going to happen. You got enough of these cruisers and things like that.
I think you got it on backwards. Something's not right, dude. Everything should be better now. We'll do that again.